Sports on Air.
Well, it's good to be back in the finals again. It's been a while for us. It's about 4 conferences, so we've gotten close, but we haven't got over the hump. And we talked a lot about that this conference, about having to get over the hump and get to the finals. We didn't want the semis to be the only level we get to. We hit the semis a lot, but we haven't got to the finals. I know Justin was really motivated, and you could see it in his game. But in a series like this, when you're playing every other day, it's a best of 5, and semis is always every other day. Depth becomes very important, and we obviously had the depth that they didn't have, especially with their injuries. With Sol and Kevin, those guys would have made big impacts. Sol on the defensive end, Kevin helping to spread the floor, so, and of course, Bullock. We all know how good he is. So, but we were just able to, I think, wear him down with our depth through the series. They came out and played a heck of a first game, and it was quite frightening to see how good they could be in that first game. And we kind of shook us up a little bit, but we gained our bearings and started to play the way we wanted to play, and it's good that we didn't have to go to a 5th game. I'm just so happy that we didn't have to go to a 5th game, because as we were talking about in the locker room, this team was in a twice-to-be situation earlier, and they showed great character in beating NLEX that first game, dominating them, then coming back and win that triple overtime game, which is going to go down as one of the great PBA games of all time. So we knew they had the character in them to play us, and so the thing I appreciate is our guys came out focused, ready, and we didn't take anything for granted. And we had our game faces on from the very beginning. So that's what you're looking for from a coaching standpoint. That kind of focus and effort right there to start the game after you've already won a couple of blowouts. So now what? January 8th? Is that correct? Wow. I don't know what we're going to do. I hadn't even thought about it yet, what we're going to do between now and January 8th. But
Christmas, bro.
yeah, I know. Well, we'll take a Christmas day off, that's for sure. And we'll take New Year's Day off, that's for sure. That's about the only thing we know for sure that we're going to take off this. I don't think the guys are going to be asking for that much time off. This is too important to come out and play in the finals. It's too big of an opportunity. But we'll try to, at least we won't be, half the team won't be in the Southeast Asian games this time during the break. We'll be together, and we can hopefully build on what we're going for. And Siam, we finished early, and we finished a day ahead of the other ones, and that would have been a big advantage if we delivered right into the end of the finals, but we're not advantaged now. So we'll just wait and see what happens with Morocco and Tapatex and go from there. So again, reiterate, just so glad we didn't have to play a game 5.
So, Coach, do you plan to practice like the 23rd or?
For sure, yeah. In my mind, I would think we would practice morning 24, let them have 24 the rest of the day off, so we finish it, and have all 25, obviously Christmas, and back to work on the 26th. We'll try to find a couple of days off here which they could take. But again, you don't want to mess with your momentum. You take too much time off, you lose the momentum that you have moving forward. And so I just got to explain to the guys, it's going to be everybody else's holidays, but it's not going to be ours. This is work for us, and you make all your own. You make your reputations. You get your contracts. You do all these things when you win a championship. You get your contracts again. It's the teams that don't make the semis and stuff like that. They have to worry about it. But at this point, if you can get there and win a championship, then that means you're going to be able to get your contracts and you're going to build your reputation as a player. So the finals is absolutely crucial. So I don't think they're going to ask for much time off. I think they'll be okay. Their families will be upset. Like my family's going to be upset. But, you know, they're all basketball people, so they understand the game, they understand what it takes. So I think we'll be okay. We'll find some time, but it won't be 3 or 4 days off at a time. It'll be maybe 1 or 2 at some point, and then practice 3 or 4 days, and maybe take another day off, and then practice 3 or 4 days again. Parang ganyan.
Coach, you have the luxury to watch the other series right now.
Yeah, it's a luxury because you can be nice and relaxed while you watch it. Yeah, I haven't watched any of the games. I didn't watch the first 2 games. 2 reasons. One, I don't like to do that because I want to narrow my focus in on what we're doing, and I don't want to be thinking about the other team. And 2, especially now, we knew we were going to have a long break, so you know, pwede maghabol. You can make up, watch the games, and you know, watch them on YouTube, whatever, or PBA streaming, and you can catch up on the game. So plus we have our own cameras watching the game, so I can catch up as we go along. But generally, in our normal semifinals, with the finals coming up, I don't watch the other teams during the semis. I let my assistants do that while I can stay focused on what we're doing.
Coach, you won 2 Governor's Cup straight 2 years ago, so you see it as perhaps an advantage?
Well, I don't know why, but just through the years, through the years, the teams that I've coached have done well or have done most of the championships in the 3rd conference, in the Governor's Cup. I don't know, maybe because it's year in and it's exciting, you know. I mean, but it's you know, if we play Morocco, it's certainly not going to be an advantage, it'd be a disadvantage because we played them twice and we beat them twice, and they're going to be, you know, super hungry to play us. And you know, Talkatex has been in the finals recently also, so it's not really that much of an advantage at this point. I understand there might be some games in Philippine Arena already, and that's what I heard anyway. I don't know if that's the truth, but if that's the case, at least we played there before and we know the routine, so that'll help us out. You say again?
Lucena?
We have Lucena also?
That's what I have.
Ouch. But I mean, I love Lucena. I don't want to say anything bad about Lucena. It's just parang you travel to go there, and then coming back and then having to get ready again. That's the hard part about going out of town on a championship game. It's not the game itself that's the problem. It's the preparation time you have coming back and the effort you put in going on a bus there and a bus back. It really depletes your energy and your effort going into the next game, and it makes the next game that much harder. Not the game itself, it's the next game that's hard. Hey, I drove by Lucena on the way to the Bundok Peninsula. I lived there for a year in the Bundok Peninsula, so I know Lucena very well. And I've had, every time I drive through there, I stopped and had food and everything, so I appreciate Lucena. It was my dream place coming from Bundok Peninsula. We had nothing in the peninsula, down there. And Lucena was like New York City for us. Come back, get a good meal. It really was. So, yeah, I feel like I'm from Quezon. From Belair, and there you go. I spent a year in Belair going to public school, and I spent a year in the Bundok Peninsula riding on a ranch. So I've been in Quezon a lot of my time. Okay.
Thank you for watching. Click the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified with our latest videos.